on into another edition of Football Frenzy. I'm Carl Jones. That's my main man, AJ Feldman.
We are halfway through the Section 5 regular season, but tonight we take a look back at last season with the Class A championship game rematch.
That is right. Last year, Hilton and Schrader battled in a disgusting rainstorm with the Cadets coming out on top. Tonight, even with Hilton bumping on up to AA, the two squads linked up for round 2. The Schrader faithful dramming out to some good old Miley Cyrus. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I was like 10 when that came out, so I felt a little old. But to the game itself, Schrader down 9-7 early in the 4th. Andrew Hilfiger flicks it over to Anthony DeRosa, who will not beat the 9 from the end zone. That puts Schrader on top 13-9. Next drive for Hilton. When in doubt, give it to Robert Lowry. The star senior scores a tutty to put the Cadets back on top. But the Warriors strike back fast. DeRosa takes the misdirection, cruises into zone 6 for the score. Schrader retakes the lead 19-15 with 6 minutes to play. So Hilton needs a touchdown to win. The Cadets went on a 13-play drive and gave it to none other than Mr. Lowry, 11 of them. He puts the game on ice here with 10 seconds to play. It's Hilton, they remain undefeated, 22-19.
We had a thriller in Class A as well. Victor and McQuade, both 4-0. We start in the 3rd. Eagles down 14-0, but they get things rolling. Cam Freeman breaks through, and he is off. 27 in for the score. PAT no good. It's 14-6. Start of the 4th. IQ looking for the tie. Going to their bread and butter. Freeman up the middle. They get the 2 to tie it at 14, and this one would need overtime. In OT, Victor gets the ball first. Eric Torres, the freshman lefty, rolls out and finds Nick Leonard in for the tutty. PAT good, 21-14. So now it's the Eagles' turn. Caden McAberry connects with a wide open Jordan Nolan in the end zone. And when you're on the road, you don't play for the tie, you go for the win. Going for 2. However, the pass comes up short. Victor holds on for the overtime win. They move to 5-0, 21-20, your final score.
Another battle of the unbeatens, this time in Class C. Leroy hosting Atta Alexander. We begin in the 3rd, game tied at 20. Tony Piazza walks into the end zone to give Leroy the 1-score lead. Then later in the frame, Piazza says he's not just a short yardage back. My man can scoot too. The senior breaks through and finds nothing but green grass. Leroy goes up 14, but Atta Alexander, they swing back early in the 4th. Braden Allen with the diving QB sneak. That's nothing like the tush push that the Eagles have right there. That makes it a 1-score game. But unfortunately for them, Leroy has Tony Piazza. Yeah, good luck stopping him. How about Leroy? Big win. They came out on top, 44-27.
They're really good this year. Class C is always fun. Up to Class AA. Just one undefeated team here. McQuade, they would be hosting Penfield. Knights get to work early. Alan Nesmith takes the pitch, running through some arm tackles. McQuade up 7-0 early. Later in the quarter, Will DeMarco, number 80. Everybody's favorite quarterback number. Hits Owen Meyer. He's in for 6. McQuade roll into a 5-0 start. They get the win, 41-14.
Thomas playing host to Brighton. Kicks of the night goes to Gavin Parks. Look good, feel good, and the whole Brighton squad was playing good tonight. Starting with Wesley Stirrup. My boy brought out the good old Elmer's glue with the one-handed snag. Then later on in the drive, Tyler Martinovich goes up top to John Aarons, one of his 3 tutties on the night for Aarons, and his QB balled out too. Martinovich had 5 total tutties. Here's another one of them to Thomas Walker up the seam, putting Brighton up 21-3 in the 2nd, but Thomas didn't lie down. Levi Kulik hits Parker Carley on the screen, and the junior maneuvers his way into the fun zone, but wasn't enough to defend home turf. Brighton gets the win on the road, 42-16.
Let's go back to some undefeated squads. Class A, East, hosting Arcadia. They had a thrilling win over Canandaigua, the Eagles did, and they picked up right where they left off. Scoreless in the 1st, Zymir Jackson keeps it himself. 13-yard score, East up 7-0. We go to the 2nd. You know, Carl, Jackson, well, he must have had a lot of voicemails tonight because he was just calling his number all night long. 3 defenders at the goal line? Oh, it doesn't matter. East, they're a wrecking ball. They stay perfect at 5-0 with the big 56-6 win.
Staying in the city, Spencerport squaring off with Wilson. First drive of the game for the Rangers. Amari Marinetti Smith gets the rock. Junior says, "Get up off of me. I got places to be as he reaches zone 6. Then we go to the second quarter. Jonathan Nastasio calls his own number. Unfortunately, it didn't ring as much as Amir Jackson's. However, he made it to the pay dirt right here. Spencerport gets their second straight win, 35-6.
Oh, I don't think anybody calls their own number anymore on voicemail. That's just me. Good homecoming crowd in Palmac. Always a fun one. Raiders hosting Waterloo. Early in the second, Palmac up 7-zip. On fourth down, Cameron Quick hits Anthony Porpora over the middle. His jersey gets switched from a medium to a large there, but he moves the chain. And on the next play, Cody Quick eyes for the end zone, brings a friend with him. Red Raiders go in front 15-0. Later in the second, Palmac back to work. Cameron Quick to Hegan Hostery, cuts back, diving for 6. Red Raiders, they move to 3-0 with the win, 39-13.
Finishing up with some 8-man ball, Cman Byron Bergen facing Allegheny Limestone. Top of the second quarter, Malachi Smith drops the kickoff, but there was a method to his madness because he finds a crease and, well, now he gets to show off his 40-yard dash. Kind of flying right here. I'm going to give him high 4.5s right there.
I like it. That's
respectable right there. And then just 2 minutes later, Anthony Leach. No sprinting here, but it's 6 points either way. This one went down to the wire, but Cman gets a defensive stop to win, 48-44. Coming up after the break, the Bills are down a key starter while the Orange face their toughest test of the season.
But first, here's some more Section 5 scores.
Coming up next week on Football Frenzy, it'll be tough to top today's action, but the schedule is good enough to do it.
That is right. In Class AA, McQuade and Hilton both undefeated. Big matchups before the playoffs. Plus, East goes up a weight class to take on Pittsford in AA. For Carl Jones, I'm AJ Feldman. Have a great rest of your nights, and we will see you next time.